that's what I believe. See, his sunshine is all around us, and there are beautiful clouds where you are. That's how I know that these worries will not last. I can see you've been crying and staying wide awake, asking yourself why the journey is so tough. They say tough times never last, only tough people do. So don't stop believing, I know it's gonna be better. Say la, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, la, 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 ba-dum. Can't be loved by everybody, it's impossible, you know. And trust me, it's okay, so let the toxic people go. Your peace within is more priceless than a pearl. You got to be happy, cause life's just way too short. Don't stress the little things, they will only waste your time. Just take it easy, easy like a nursery rhyme. And I'm singing, know it's gonna be okay. So wanna see you smile today. Hey, you just gotta be happy, man. Good days, bad days, it's all part of life. But you must keep the groove on and enjoy every single day. I'm sure you've had some happy days before. So what makes you think you can't have more? Keep on fighting and you'll see. You will soon see rainbows. Hey, come on! La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Ba-dum, ba-dum, boom. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Ba-dum, ba-dum, boom. La, 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 la.
Makola Market is more than just a marketplace. It is one of the busiest commercial centers in Ghana and a vital part of the country's economic life. But beneath the noise, movement and daily transactions lies a serious sanitation challenge, from discarded food, plastic packaging and other waste generated by traders and shoppers to congested drains and improperly disposed refuse. The market presents a complex picture of commerce meeting environmental responsibility.
The price no be jiska no oba be jiska no wasisa oni baby odi kogu obo okoko se bon fango o da kontu baby basa.
Hey, before bola donkey.
Junkies bebre e wa ha sei enti omo kwa inside no makwa jeje ball no free CMB Kantamanto omo ye nuane ni nyina ebe ho afufu asi benku any ade no mo dia ba begua every day. There is no single day abeba na ball enia when pene dey swa ena ye kitwa abi na wa de bia ball de bia.
In Accra, rain means trouble. Choked gutters and overflowing dams cause sudden floods that submerge markets and roads, push garbage and stench into communities, and raise the risk of disease like cholera and malaria. Trade stops, traffic locks, and by the time crews cleared, the next rain hits. Nowhere shows this better than Odona, right around the Kwame Nkrumah Circle interchange.
The problem is the dredging. You understand? They're supposed to make it every year. They're supposed to dredge the place every year so that people can feel comfortable, so that when it rains, it won't be flood. But when they leave it like 1 year, 2 years, normally, you see this place, the outdoor is the 16 feet deep. 16 feet. But look at where you are standing. It's almost about 3 feet. So what are they doing about this? The government is supposed to do something about this.
Ghana's coastline is blessed with beautiful beaches that attract residents, tourists, and businesses. Yet, the beauty of these coastal spaces is increasingly threatened by poor waste management, plastic bottles, sachet, and more. How does waste get there, and who is responsible for managing it?
Yeah, well, go to Shilebi or Baba Buana. It's not you are deep particular Diakashi, Bola Lolly, baby, and no car, what Polanch and a Bola Lolly, but over take our low ball and what bear, what about Bola tank. As I want a Bola tank, but one of many by one, no get the Shilebi, ni Quambinate school, as Mamma Balo can let the Goshpo, Mamma Beba local. Bola near me. I got one woman was Glachani, a disturb or one you are Glachani, Nanalu. Bola son, Fito Petro. They follow. Last month, when you say, very well, I can children hospital. Yeah, for 2 months, 3 months. Yeah, Jim, I joke about putting Cheshako 2 months for Nimban Chuene. One wish, no one call no pie fight. I'm a quay. Nino Chumo, I'm a hewa, woman will be a new watching. I can't yes, I know he. Can be a fair for Bombo, no town of a cop or more than.
Maybe this is a dear man, I don't know what it says. Your baby be a best problem now. Bola don't come say sa Atakwashi bridge. Woman who first say Atakwashi bridge, one more foot bridge or can the net be as a daddy. Ya the daddy be a cover. What I said into we are now a few chebano. A choker na machine, a beji. What I say, me plan.
The printing industry plays an important role in business, education, advertising, publishing, and everyday life. But with printing comes paper of cards, packaging materials, ink containers, and other forms of industrial waste. Printing institutions therefore sit at an important intersection between economic activity and environmental responsibility.
So here we generate what we call hazardous waste and non-hazardous waste. The hazardous waste is an example of the paper we produce and the waste that comes out of the paper production. So how do we generate or dispose of the waste from the paper? The waste from the paper goes to tissue buying companies. So that is what they use mostly in the tissues that you find in your homes. So that is how our waste from the paper is disposed.
While sanitation remains a major national challenge, there are also individuals and groups refusing to simply complain about the problem. The Bastard Boys have become known for taking practical action by cleaning public spaces and mobilizing people around environmental responsibility. Their work represents a growing culture of volunteerism and community-led sanitation, particularly among young people. Every day, tons of waste are generated in homes, markets, offices, businesses, and public spaces across Ghana. But after the waste is collected, where does it actually go? The Zoom Park Waste Transfer Center provides an important link in the waste management chain, receiving and handling waste before it moves to its next destination.
When we collect the waste, it doesn't end there. You have to go through the treatment, the processing, everything before we can say that waste has been treated. We don't have transfer stations, we don't have recycling plants, we don't have enough final disposal sites. So for Ghana to get there, right now we have about 6 transfer stations in Accra that is being operational by just one group of companies. We are looking at least every MMDA having a transfer station, because there are influx of aboboya in the system, and we can't do anything about the aboboyas now. Now we have to encourage them and give them the opportunity, a better place for them to dump, so that they don't dump in the drains, they don't dump at unauthorized places.
I say, I'm far ambassador. A chrome, dear chromacy, I'm far ambassador. Never who a mile, I'm up on until Mama, Ticiano, a hanum no cramp on a hanum, and to mean Jane. Your doors, your doors, hanum Jane. And to be a car, away you are a dump on the blue. Dumping your internet, you manage so will be a pet, no more to say, Abia or be actually what I move. Yeah, Cassandra Sampon,
From the crowded lanes of Makola Market to the shores of Ghana's beaches, from waste transfer centers to printing houses and volunteer-led cleanup activities, one message is clear: Ghana's sanitation challenge cannot be blamed on one group alone. With these different pieces of the sanitation puzzle, the difficult question is, what will it take for Ghana to move from periodic cleanup exercises to a lasting culture of cleanliness, responsible waste management, and environmental protection? Your guess is as good as mine. Structures.
I was born and raised in Krefeld on the River Rhine, right next to the Ruhr region, along the industrial heart of Germany. When I was a child, I dreamed of swimming in that great river flowing right in front of me. But the Rhine was heavily polluted. We were told not to swim in it. The fish were dead, the river was dead. Today, the Rhine is a different river. The fish have returned, people even swim in it again, life has returned. A childhood dream has come true. And the River Rhine is not alone. We see encouraging signs of recovery all over the world. In the Yangtze in China, along parts of the Ganges in India, different rivers, different countries, different challenges. Yet they demonstrate one important fact: action works. Water bodies can recover. Being aware of that matters because globally we are not moving fast enough. In 2015, the world made a promise through the SDGs. By 2030, everyone should have access to safe water and sanitation, for instance, not as a privilege, as a human right. We are now less than 4 years away from that deadline, and the world is not on track to achieve SDG 6, 7 and 11, and unfortunately not even close. So the question is no longer what we want to achieve someday. The question is what we are prepared to do today. And that is why this conference matters so much. Here in Ghana, water bodies remain under enormous pressure from waste and plastic pollution, and of course from the devastating effects of Galamsey. But environmental decline is not inevitable, and Ghana is taking action. Chief of Staff, Honourable Dr. Julius Debra, let me take this opportunity to commend the government of Ghana for its renewed efforts to protect the country's water bodies and improve sanitation. Germany is proud to work alongside Ghana on this broader challenge, and this cooperation builds on many years of working together. Take e-waste here in Accra. German cooperation through GIZ has worked with Ghanaian partners on safer recycling and better e-waste management at Old Fadama, around the Korle Lagoon, and with government institutions including the EPA, and with people and businesses whose livelihoods are part of the recycling economy. This cooperation continues to evolve. In just a few days, the German embassy, together with the EPA, will launch a new environmental diplomacy project focusing on plastic pollution. We want to provide a platform for government, businesses and communities to exchange ideas, to raise awareness, and most importantly, to identify practical solutions together. Ladies and gentlemen, 2030 is almost here, and perhaps there's one thing the rivers I have spoken about today can remind us of. Water bodies carry more than water. They carry memories of the past. They carry the traces of what happens around them, of our industries, of our cities, and the choices we make. And over time, they can also carry the traces of change. The Rhine does, the Yangtze does, and the Ganges does. Their story may be different, but each of them reminds us that the condition of a water body is not written in stone. It can change, and sometimes life returns. Thank you very much.
Every morning before Ghana goes to work, our streets tell a story about us. The drain beside the market, the plastic bottle left on the pavement, the condition of public toilets, the color of a river after heavy rain. These may look like small things. Together, however, they reveal how seriously we take public health and the future we are building for our children. A clean country is therefore not a cosmetic ambition. It is a test of citizenship. It is a test of leadership, and it is a test we must pass together. I am honored to join you this morning for this important conversation. I commend Ignite Media Group for bringing us together and for placing sanitation and environmental sustainability where it belongs, at the center of our national agenda. These issues deserve attention before the rains come again, the drains overflow, or diseases break out. When sanitation system works, societies prosper. People are healthier, hospitals carry lighter burden, children miss fewer days of school, and workers are more productive. The World Bank estimates that countries lose between 2% and 4% of their GDP each year because of inadequate sanitation.
I am saying that don't read Gold Board audited accounts. isolate it and say, in their books, there are no recorded losses and say it's fair and complete. Don't read the IMF reports alone and also say that in this report, the losses are attributable to BOG and leave it there. These are two documents, combine them. That is the basic rule of interpretation. At least my law professor taught me that.
So they were buying the gold at prices which didn't make sense. You buy gold at black market. What the Okoton gold ninya dollars, what the Bank of Ghana say, $10 no at Bloomberg rate. So waboka. Oto gold no in cedis. Or the gold no.
Yes.
Bono gold boy $1. Yet converted by cedis are now we use to black market and sometimes higher than rates are higher than black market. Sometimes. TNU. It is auto gold new year now $1 now we best $100 about cedis. One ton dollars no at the same rate I want the to gold now waboka. It is what they say as a myth. Under their Gold for Forest program, waboka $90 million. What am I telling you? I am telling you, sir, the idea they got was good. That gold and they had the surest way of saving the economy. Gold they had the surest way so money to be dollars and they are stabilizing your national currency.
Okay.
Now buama economy na it is our surest bet BBNU, not cocoa. It is gold, number one. The idea was good. That government should be involved in the trading of gold. But the policy environment was wrong.
Okay.
Because you cannot be going into the market.
Speaker.
Government is broke, The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
All right, good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Aldo Moore. It's always a pleasure to come your way. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, and indeed, this is the day the Lord has made. We're glad as we were able to return here to join the nation's conversation on the big issues that matter to you and I. And of course, the issues that are making the rounds in our dear country, Ghana. Today is the 25th of August, 2026. And we want to say, Dieu merci. We want to say, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. We're glad that we've been counted amongst the living, isn't it? Yeah, it's a rare privilege indeed. All right. So I also want to say big thanks to you for joining us every day from Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 9:55. You tune in for several reasons. One, quality of the moderation, quality of the topics, the guests that appear on the show. And I'll tell you what, today there's a very special guest who will be having, it's not a political conversation. It's not about environment, but it's got something about not just starting a business, but how do you make sure that a business survives? How do you make sure that the business is able to overcome the challenges that typically is associated with anything that you start in this world? You know, I have a man here who is just passing through briefly to, share some wisdom or nuggets of wisdom with you as far as building a business and making sure that it survives, is concerned. It promises to be a very interesting conversation. Before I bring in my guest who will be joining us, to review the topical issues as been reported by the newspapers. And speaking about the newspapers, they're here. Yes, my very good friends. It's a newspaper review. So my very good friends. So Ghanaian Times is what I'll start with. It says the disaster looms at Ashaman as 3,000 artisans still under high tension lines. It's something that we need to check. Now, 2020-2024 election killings, 25 suspects face trial, 14 are being pursued, according to Interior Minister. There's police arrest 5 over robbery, murder of gold buyer, and as investors back Petrosol with 178 million to these bond bids. Africa must get fair value from critical minerals, according to the former minister, or a former minister. Daily Guide this morning says GSA begins mandatory used vehicle pre-export inspection of October 1. Adamos Resources welcomes turnaround plan. There's Apenyo Marking sues over extortion allegations. Saglemi Affordable Housing NPP's PSP model vindicated, according to Oponkroma. Parliament recalled over urgent financial sector bill, according to Speaker. NLA staff strike over salary increment. The Insight says the Mahama must sack NLA boss. Angry workers demand in protest against Alhaji Lotto. Oh, Ghana, Alhaji Lotto. But the man is a good man. I don't know why you guys want him out. What are the issues? He's a very good person. Anyway, Adamos Resources welcomes government reprieve, reaffirms commitment to sustainable future. Using cinema as cover for Genocide Israeli Film Festival as an example of cultural propaganda. There's journalists must strengthen credibility in digital era, Pratt urges. And then there's U.S. economic warfare. It's a criminal attempt to hide failures of its military aggression, says Iran. And there's also, we must protect Mohammed's legacy, rebuild party from grassroots, says Oponfosu ahead of formal declaration. Looks like the national chairmanship race in the NDC is really heating up, and the promise is very interesting. One of these days we'll invite Oponfosu. He hardly talks to media, but you want to become national chairman, you have to start engaging the media. So yes, want to be the first to have him join us here. We'll see how that goes. The Chronicle says Osahin on extortion allegation. I am ready to face OSP, sues Sami Jemfi. Bamia to minorities stay focused on $1.7 billion loss. Bahama government puts Ghana gas on a new path. Okay. The Daily Post says United Party petitions OSP and AG over extortion allegations against Apenyo Marking. NDC formally notifies Bagwing of James Agalga's appointment as majority leader. Ayawaso West Wogon, violent suspect double, still at large, according to Interior Minister. The man I'm told is out of town. Oh. he flew out of town even before the government was formed. Apenyo Marking sues Sami Jemfi, one other NDC official, and 2 media houses of extortion allegation. And then you have the Daily Graphic. It says FDI, Daily Graphic, FDI inflows jump to $2.62 billion after 2 years decline. Interior Minister cracks down on the migrant beggars. And there's gratis SFI to train 7,000 women and youth. World's largest hospital ship begins free surgery for 4,745 Ghanaians. And there's Ghana-China trade relations must shift to value addition. Dr. Atufos has been talking. And then you have the Daily Searchlight that says, I believe in Apenyo Marking. Bamia affirms as MPP Minority Caucus targets gold board losses. NLA gurus eat humble crow as workers union bears teeth. And then you have Justin Kudia files a nomination to retain MPP General Secretary position. Kaswa Court remands a man accused of sexually abusing 4 daughters. And as newly elected Assemblies of God, Ghana Executive Presbytery officers call on President Mahama. Once again, congratulations to Reverend Unisom Wenga. All right. And then also you have a GMW seeks policy intervention over mining labor crisis. And there's Republic Bank Enterprise Life unveil enhanced insurance solutions, and the stock of bad loans rises amid falling NPL ratio. And there's mid-caps stock sustain GSE's rally, financials retreat. All right, so that's it for the newspapers. So what's on Metro TV Online? Let's check that out. There's Parliament Champions National Unity as Speaker Bagwin presents Democracy Cup. And there's there's a week donates 150,000 cities to support heart patients at Kolibu. Iran says it is fully prepared to counter widened U.S. economic sanctions. JFA to train Premier League match commissioners ahead of new season. All right, so that's it for the newspaper and the online portal review. So I made you a promise at the beginning of the show, and I said to you that there's a man here who has gracefully and thankfully accepted to join us this morning because he has a very, very important conversation to have with us this morning on the Good Morning Ghana show. It's going to be a very brief one ahead of our newspaper review. We do this from time to time, don't we? Because the thing about Good Morning Ghana is also about knowledge sharing. Simplicity, knowledge sharing. So here is what I'll call the premise or the background to this conversation, or the context of this conversation. Is about building businesses that last. Okay, you sweat it out, you either go for equity debt, you set up a business. It's not enough to just set the business up. The business must grow, the business must survive, it must become a legacy. There's something in marketing we call, in fact, accounting we call a going concern. It must survive generations. Unfortunately, in Ghana, we don't do too well with that. Maybe he will try and address that. Now, what are the lessons in leadership growth and transformation in terms of building businesses that last? So Ghana has many entrepreneurs and businesses. In fact, the owner of this company is an entrepreneur. One of the businesses running is the Ignite Media Group, which is Metro TV, Original FM, Original TV. But starting a business is just the beginning. The bigger challenge, as I've said, I'm going to repeat myself, is building an organization that can survive difficult periods, topsy-turvy periods, checkered periods, create value and also remain relevant over time, right? So this morning we want to take a look at how to build businesses that will last, drawing on the practical experience of the man who's joined us here. I'm still keeping in suspense. I'll tell you who the person is. Now, the conversation will explore this morning the role of leadership in business growth, the importance of strong business structures and systems, effective sales and marketing, strategy, decision-making, and also the ability of organizations to adapt when they're faced with some daunting challenges, so daunting market conditions as well. So the man who's joining us this morning will be sharing very relevant and useful lessons from experience, and because he's been there, he's done that. He has success stories to share with us. He's helped businesses to develop and transform the operations, including his role in turning around a struggling financial institution and his work supporting businesses across Ghana and Nigeria. So he's also a global icon, isn't he? He has internationalized. You know, in marketing, you say you internationalize or you globalize. That's his thing. And there's a whole chapter and there's a whole literature on how to internationalize and to globalize. Now, the discussion will also consider key questions facing Ghanaian businesses. What must entrepreneurs and business leaders do differently to move from simply surviving to building sustainable organizations? Sounds like a very, very interesting and a very relevant and a very important topic, isn't it? So he'll be sharing with us insights for entrepreneurs, CEOs, managers, young professionals, anyone interested in the future of business and entrepreneurship in Ghana. Now, I'll tell you who the person is, okay? I'm not going to tell you who the person is. I've said enough about giving you a background and a context for why this conversation is important. Now, Michael Abiu is his name. He's an accomplished enterprise development, marketing, and strategy expert. He's a seasoned trainer, management consultant, over 20 years of professional experience in key areas of sales and marketing, business development, leadership development, customer service, excellence, organizational development, strategy development, and execution. See, that's the thing. It's not enough to have all of this, it's about execution. And that's what a lot of companies fail at. You get a consultant, he comes, he tells you all the things you need to do. In some cases, the consultant will guide execution. Some cases, the company says, okay, you've done your paperwork, we'll do the execution, then they fail, right? But he goes beyond the theory. He does the execution. Now, he does the execution, but he also does market research and data-driven decision-making. Now, he is a chartered marketer with strong academic and professional credentials. He's a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana, the Chartered Institute of Leadership and Governance, the Institute of Directors Ghana, the Chartered Institute of Education and Training, and the National Institute of Marketing Nigeria. He holds an MPhil in Entrepreneurship and Corporate Strategy from Methodist University Ghana, and also an MPhil in Business Administration, Human Resource Management from Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. He has a postgraduate diploma from the Chartered Institute of Marketing, UK. He's a certified mentor and a certified governance expert from London Business Training and Consulting. He's got 4 organizations that he's running. He's the chief executive officer and managing partner of MGA Consulting Ghana Limited, a leading management consultancy and capacity building firm. He's also the president of the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana, a lecturer in marketing at Methodist University. He serves on 10 boards, okay? I'm not going to walk you through all those boards because there's a tall list. But he's deeply passionate and about developing future leaders and imparting knowledge and fostering professional excellence. He enjoys researching, writing, mentoring, and conducting leadership training sessions. He's also an author. He's here with us. Michael, I don't know how you felt when I was going through all the things that, I was going through about you. I'm sure you ask yourself, is that me?
And I was waiting for you to end quickly.
Yes, because it's a lot. I'm sure that if I was going to go through everything, in fact, the whole show is just going to be about you. Meanwhile, that's not why you're here. You're here because you have a very, very important message.
Yeah.
Very important stuff to share with our viewers. And, the thing about Good Morning Ghana said is all about knowledge sharing. If you're not knowledgeable, you can't be on this platform because the audience that we have is a very critical audience. Yeah. They probably know much better than we do. So it's always important that you come here well prepared, very well read, and basically I said your audience. Yeah. Michael, it's good to see you. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good.
Good. The good thing about this conversation is that there's one thing that you and I have in common. We are all in the marketing space.
Yes.
That's what I did for my master's abroad.
And then the first thing I told you is that you need to get your professional qualification.
No, I have to. So basically, I need to chatter.
Yes.
So I'll talk to you.
That's good.
I'll talk to you.
That's
and
good.
We'll take it from there.
We'll start from there.
Yes. Very, very important. We'll take it from there, and we'll see how that goes. But so for me, why do you think this conversation is important? Why do I need to care about not just how to start a business, how to make sure that it survives, how to make sure that it overcomes the many challenges that typically every business, every business organization goes through. You talk about the product life cycle.
Yeah.
It's a whole journey.
Yeah.
So why is this important? Why must somebody stay on this platform and listen to this conversation?
So as you were, I started my life as a salesperson, and mostly we're talking about revenue solutions.
Right.
How do we generate, more revenue? And I started my consultancy like that. We say we are a revenue solutions organization where we help organizations, generate revenue or solve their revenue problems. But one of the things that I realized over the period was that you solve the revenue problem and still the organizations do not survive. Because it's far more than revenue. It's about system structures. It's about even how the company was set up, where it is going, and how do we get the company to outlive the founder. And I think that if you look at the statistics done here in Ghana and elsewhere, it's really not looking good. The recent report by PwC, for instance, says that 43% of Ghanaian businesses don't have any succession plan.
Whoa.
And you get to realize that it happens. Recently, I'm working with one client of mine, trying to get him to stabilize his business and get his business to grow beyond him.
Okay.
And this is a second generational business. And whilst I was with him, another client came to him, and we had finished our conversation, so I had to then move. Later that evening, I get a call from this business partner of his that says, "Michael, I need you." So we set up a meeting. I go meet up with him, and I see what he has been able to achieve. Tremendous business, but he still says, "I need you." And the question is that everything relies on me. If I'm not there, nothing happens. And I'm getting scared. I'm getting old. Yeah. How do I institutionalize this business? Right. And this is one of the questions I usually ask a lot of people, and mostly that brings up the need why we need to have this conversation. And then you ask the person, what's the strategy? Next 10 years.
Yeah.
What is the plan for the business?
Right.
And they said, oh, this, that. I say, okay, can I see it? Do you have it written? And then the person will tell you that everything is in my head. And that's the case of many, many, many businesses where the plan, the future, everything is in the head of the founder. And therefore, the question is that will it survive difficult periods? Will it survive when the founder is ill or incapacitated? Will it survive when the founder is not around? And that has been a question that a lot of businesses in Ghana don't have answers to. And I think that is the basis why this has been of interest to me. How do we build businesses that last?
How do we do it?
So I have a piece, like I researched, I have a piece that is coming out really soon. And I've listed some 10 key, things that we have to do.
Is it some kind of a journal, or you're looking at a book?
No, it's an article.
Just an article.
It's just an article. And if you read my social media, especially my LinkedIn, every week I write about something that drives business, something that helps businesses to survive.
Interesting. I've been following your articles, but what do you when you're done?
Yes. So, for instance, the first thing I always say, and I would want to say, is that a founder or anybody building a business must decide that they are building an institution. There are various reasons why it gets us into work. Sometimes you get fired and you start something. Sometimes what you're doing now is not earning you enough money, so you want to be able to get a side job, then it becomes a main job. Or sometimes you're just in hardships and therefore you want to create something that will bring you money. Whatever the reason is, this is a good time. And anytime I meet my client, I say, this is a good time for you to decide whether your business is just a job for you, it's just a way to make money, or you are planning to build an institution. And I think that is the first thing, because that becomes the basis of anything we do. Are you building an institution? And you have to take that decision. And that is what, because if you want to build an institution, now the way you look at it, the way you interact with the business now becomes totally different. It's not survival anymore. For instance, the thing is about structure, because if you're building an institution, then you put structure in place. It's not like you wake up in the morning and anything goes, or whatever idea comes to you gets implemented. And that leads to the second thing. If you decide that it's an institution you want to build, then you need to have a structure for the institution. And a lot of us do not have these structures that I'm talking about. Governance, risk, board, operational structures, authority lines. We don't have those structures. And therefore, we are unable to define how the business should work. And that becomes a second key thing that you want to look at. That's your
So the first thing you're saying is to define properly what the mission and the purpose for setting the business is. Second thing is you must decide whether you want to build an institution or you want to build a one-man show.
Yes.
That's the decision you must
no, mostly it's not really, you don't decide to build a one-man show because but the thing is that what is the purpose? It's just to make money.
Yes.
And a lot of businesses have not survived because the founders purpose to create money, create wealth is what is leading the business.
Right.
Rather than am I building an institution? Because then the two changes, which leads you to, if you want to build an institution, then you need systems and structures for that institution.
But the money is the lifeblood of the company. If you don't generate revenue, how does the company survive? Because the essence of this conversation, you're talking about longevity.
Yes.
That cannot be attained if you don't make money.
Yeah, so you want to make money.
But you can't make money without building an institution.
Yes, you need the structures, the systems. In order to, so you've had a lot of businesses that have done so well. And not to remind you, in recent past, within the financial sector, 2017.
Yes, we saw what happened. The financial sector cleared up.
You saw very successful organizations, companies that were making all the money, companies that were example for businesses across, basically collapsing. And if you remember the reasons why Bank of Ghana collapsed some of these, businesses. Number one was governance.
Yeah. Poor governance structure.
Poor governance structure. The second thing is, founders not being able to, differentiate their money from the institution's money.
Right.
And therefore, you have what you call the inter-organization, borrowings, and then you have the financial institution given to multiple institutions, and therefore making that financial institution suffer. And these are all, a matter of systems and structures.
That's fine.
What can be tied, what cannot be tied.
Okay.
Other than that, you can have a very viable organization. You see the growth going up,
Yeah.
and then sometimes we all ask ourselves, what happened?
Right. Right.
And that is one of the things that I think that if you want to build business that lasts, you need to. Sometimes people think that, oh, let me make the money before I build the structures.
Okay.
But interestingly, you need the structures to be able to, make the money.
All right.
It is okay when you start with making the money.
Right.
But this is a good time. And for me, anytime I talk to somebody, I say Monday is a good time to start new.
Okay, all right. So what else do you need to do?
Yeah. The third thing, and it follows from what I was talking about, is to give your business a real board.
Give your business
a real board. And
As
I'm
a board
talking
of directors.
Board of directors. And we're not talking about friends and family.
So that's why you qualified it with real.
Real board.
There's a reason why.
Yes. So I want to set up a business. I know you. I know this person. I know that lawyer. And so they come and they are not able to disagree with you. They are not able to be real with you, speak the truth to you. And therefore, you realize that every time your voice is what. So you don't have anybody that is putting you in check and therefore, stopping. No, you can't do this. You cannot do that. Yeah. Let me show you something. I've had a very good friend, built a successful business, decided to go into politics, now use the company money to fund that politics. And once it didn't succeed, he goes down. But guess what? That successful business also goes down with him. But you see, if you have a real board, the real board is going to say that, so you can go do your politics, but you cannot go with the company funds. Yeah. It is different from you. You don't own this money. And you need people that would do that. And for me, I would say, this Monday, try get two people who understand your business, that can contribute to your business, that don't owe you anything. Get those two people. And on Monday, set up your first board. The next thing is also to learn how to separate your family from the business and your business from family. Three things that come into places: ownership, management, and family.
Okay.
Those three things ought not to mix. Ownership, management, and family. Yeah. And anytime you find one person belonging to any two of these, it's a risk problem, and therefore you must have a documented way of separating those two. Because the problem is when we blur the lines between family, between ownership, and between management. The three ought to separate, and this must be defined. So you can have an owner who is a manager and who is also part of a family and working with another person. That is not bad. But if you have that, then you must know that there's a risk situation. And therefore, you must define how these three or any two of them do not cross over.
Right.
And therefore, this is how it is going to.
It does suggest that if you have a family person who is competent enough to run the business, you don't involve the person? Because
you do.
Okay.
But the line must be drawn.
Must be drawn.
And sometimes you must understand, you can have your son who might not necessarily be a manager, but would be an owner of the business.
Right.
For instance, with my companies, it's very clear from the beginning in my conversation with my children and my family, it's very clear that my children do not manage my business.
Okay.
They own the business and finished.
Interesting.
That is their role. And these decisions ought to be taken. I'm not saying everybody should take that decision. You could take a decision where children are managing the business.
Okay.
And that is okay. And sometimes we forget, we think that when we talk about family business, we are talking about family running the business.
Yeah.
No. It could be family owning the business. But not family running the business. You can even have a family trust, which is running owning the business on behalf of the family.
Right.
And so we need to be able to separate these things, because once the lines are blurred, in the absence of the founder, you would find this business is, surviving.
Okay.
And one of the critical things I find everywhere I go when I talk to founders is when you ask them about their systems, their processes, and where they want. What's the strategy for the business? Where do you want to get to? And most often than not, they have clear ideas, clear plans as to where they want to go to.
Vision.
But ask them where it is. And you find it all in their head.
It's not put on paper.
It's not on paper. And that is a critical thing that we need to understand, especially here in Ghana. you need to write down that strategy. It must be put on paper. You must convert your knowledge onto paper. All the ideas you have, all the strategies you have, all the ways you think the business can grow must be put on paper. And that is one critical thing that we miss out.
Okay.
And mostly when I work with my customers, that's one of the things I do. I say, no, talk to me. And sometimes there's been one customer, we had 3 days of conversation. Great ideas, so much knowledge, and so much understanding of how the future is. Scattered all over his, and it is not transferable because everything is within the head. And for those who you manage the business with, they just think that you come here today and then new idea comes. Tomorrow, that idea comes. And it is not coordinated. And therefore, you don't even get their buy-in to ensure that the business grows and to ensure that the business outlives you. And that has been one critical thing that we need to be able to do that. Another problem you see is the professionalism.
Is it related to putting on your strategy and your ideas and things on paper? Is that related to, or is it an entirely different one? Because remember, we're talking about how. We're still on the how. To build a business and make sure it survives.
Make sure it lasts.
Yes.
Because the next one, for instance, is to professionalize your revenue.
Okay. Professionalizing your revenue.
Yes.
What does that mean?
We know and we understand that founders are the chief marketing officers of every organization.
Okay.
But you see, your sales strategy, and remember, I'm a salesperson.
Yeah.
The sales strategy cannot be built on heroic acts. It cannot be built on the personality and just the aura of the founder. What happens after that? So I run a marketing organization. I'm a salesperson. Yet still, I'm building structures and teams to take over how to generate revenue from the organization. So professionalize it. I'm not saying do not sell it or stop selling for the organization, but you cannot be the only image of the organization.
Right.
The organization must build an image of itself. You must build systems and structures.
Right.
You cannot say the revenue model is the charisma of the founder.
Right. Right.
Systems and structures must be, you need to have an international sales and marketing strategy with clear ways of getting the business. You need to recruit people. Remember at the beginning, they will not be able to generate the revenues as you do because you are the founder, you believe, you are the vision bearer, you believe in it better than any other person. But you need to build that system that can transfer your revenue model into other people so that you do not become. And you see that of a lot of people, the first generations, those who have created businesses, when they are getting older, by 50 years, they're already tired.
That's true.
Because now you have to go out to look for the business, you have to come back and deliver the business, and then you have to think about the future of the organization. And you realize that. And most of the people that come to see me, that call me, are actually those who are tired. They want others to be able to take up the business. They want others to be able to run. And so one of the thing is to be able to professionalize your revenue. And the next one I'll talk about is if GRA is to come to you tomorrow, will you be running around or you think your books will be very clear? So one of the things we need to do is for us to start practicing financial discipline.
Right. Financial discipline.
Yes. Founders must pay themselves. The business money is not your money.
Okay.
So you determine. I remember I used to work for an organization and we were looking at how to reduce revenue. And you had a head of HR and admin saying that they are going to control A4 sheets, printers. They are going to put a code on the printer just to control the excesses within the system. And I asked one question in that strategy session that I'm looking at the numbers and you see travels alone carrying over so much percent of the company's expenses.
Right.
Why is that?
Okay.
So you have MD's children, MD's relations, if they are traveling, everything is built to the organization. And then we said, let's cost how much that reduction, that control would bring.
Right.
And it was less than just one international travel to US by the MD.
Whoa. Interesting.
So my question to the MD is that pay yourself well.
Yeah.
At least we can be able to predict how much money we are spending on that score.
That's true.
Let's set up your travel limits, travel itinerary. You are the CEO, determine it yourself.
Right.
But at least we are able to cap it. And with that, we then realize that MD is saying, let me say, all my family is now going to be on me.
Sure.
So no family member is coming to ask the company for travel or anything. But pay me well so I can be able to take care of my family.
Right.
And with that, we're able to now control cost. We need to practice financial discipline. A lot of businesses fail. And if you see the example I was talking about, where he took company money to go and do politics, they're two different money. That wasn't your money. And you find it in a lot of businesses today, a lot of law firms, because the lawyers take every money, go run for politics. If they win, this is Ghana, things go well. But if they don't, then you realize that the businesses start going.
A symptom of a bigger problem, which is a weak corporate governance structure.
Yes.
I really wish we could go on and on and on this, because I'm enjoying this. Unfortunately, time is not our best friend.
No problem.
And so we'll have to end the conversation here, but perhaps we may have to do a part 2 of this.
Yes.
Which is that you have been walking us through step by step how to build a formidable and a lasting business organization. Because you're saying that the easiest thing to do is to start. But the most difficult thing to do is to make sure that it just doesn't survive, but it lasts. You know, and so that it responds to the going concern, a concept of business, of owning a business. I'm not sure you're done with the steps, because there's still a lot more. You're done?
No, I'm not done.
Because you started with building institutions, isn't it? So first of all, establish a purpose, and then closely related to that is to make sure that you build an institution, you know. And then you talked about the fact that you have to have what we call a real board, a board not surrounding yourself with people who are going to say, yes, man, yes, man, yes, man. You must have people who can look at you and say what you're wrong. That's the kind of board you must set up.
Yes.
And you gave us examples of businesses that have collapsed in the past because they didn't have a strong board.
Yes.
Poor corporate governance structure. And then you're saying that separate your business from family, and also separate your family from your business. And you actually explain that. And that is not to say your children can't own the business. That is not to say they can't manage it. But make sure that until and unless you make those decisions, they are not involved. You understand what I'm saying? And also you say, put your ideas, your vision, and your strategy on paper. Don't keep it here, because once you die with all of those things, and the business suffers. You're also saying professionalize your revenue, and you also explain that. You also talked about financial discipline. You gave example of the man who took some money and traveled and so on and so forth, and it was difficult to account for those kinds of expenditure.
Yes.
Michael, it's been really, really, really nice talking to you, but please let's do a part 2 of this.
Yes.
Let's do a part 2. Perhaps same time next week, Tuesday, so we can wrap things up nicely. Yes. So, folks, we've just started. Next week, hopefully, God willing, we'll wrap it up nicely, because we don't have all day today. We have other things that we need to talk about. Michael Abiu is the Chief Executive Officer and Managing Partner of MGA Consulting Ghana Limited. He's also the Chairman of the Governing Council, Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana, who came here this morning to teach us about building businesses that last, lessons in leadership growth and transformation. You're a big man. Oh, thank you very much for joining us. And so, yes, my guests for the Newspaper Review are here. I'll tell you who they are shortly.
And there they are. The squad is ready, lined up, ice cold, focused and prepared for national duty. Every bottle in position, every label shining with confidence. And here comes the selection. One bottle steps forward, picked from the squad, ready to deliver for Ghana. He takes the first sip. Oh yes, refreshingly hydrating. The whistle goes. The Black Stars are on the move. He breaks through the defense like flowing water. Beautiful control. He lines it up. He strikes. Goal! Ghana is awake. From the fridge to the field, Awake keeps you refreshed. Awake purified drinking water. One for life. Proudly supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA approved.
Finding my dream apartment in just 2 days was a breeze with 7terragh.com. Looking for your next home, the perfect piece of land, or the best commercial property for your business? Are you worried about sending money home for property and finding nothing when you return? Well, worry no more. 7terragh.com is just a platform to find prime lands, perfect properties, or vibrant real estate development at the click of a button. 7terragh.com is your go-to property listing platform that allows you to register, list, rent, buy or sell, and connect with correct agents. With our AI-powered smart search, personalized dashboards, verified agent connection, and interactive property maps, all your property needs have been made easier. Check us out on 7terragh.com or contact us on 0302 998 246 or 0561 032 252. 7terragh.com, powered by MNC Properties.
Mommy, good morning.
Good morning, my son. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Mom. How about you?
I'm fine.
Joe, I just saw your mom doing her usual morning routine. Like, it was just 2 weeks she underwent a major colon surgery.
Bro, see, my mom is doing perfectly fine, and we're all excited about it. It was minimally invasive surgery, and the recovery has been very fast.
Minimally? Hey! No, wait. What do you mean by that?
So they offered my mom a laparoscopic colon surgery. Laparoscopic colon surgery, which we accepted. It turned out it was equally safe with a very fast recovery time, and the cost involved too was very, very reasonable. She was discharged 3 days after the surgery, and you can see her, she's on her feet again.
3 days?
Just 3 days, bro.
Mean Tuber Hospital, first Ghana Colorectal Center, aimed to serve a peculiar health need.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to Amame Manfo, Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is several buying, a man is swing, and a sansu mama hoto so a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Today's class is going to be an exciting one. Now, who can share an unforgettable moment in their life? Okay, Asempa.
I'd like to talk about my first time. It was her natural look, complemented by her favorite green silky apparel that caught my attention. I have to say, she automatically possessed me with her smile, which exposed her beautiful white teeth. That's not all. Her enduring signature perfume could be smelled from afar. Madam, why do you look so surprised? My first time with her was special and irresistible. I'm talking about Cindy Rice. Cindy Rice can be found in selected supermarkets nationwide.
Cindy Rice, sweet aroma, great taste. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome to the Pan-African Sustainability Conference 2026, where Africa's brightest minds come together to inspire change. For 3 impactful days, you'll engage in thought-provoking discussions, discover breakthrough innovations, build strategic partnerships, and explore practical solutions advancing the circular economy and sustainable development across Africa. Whether you're a student, researcher, investor, innovator, or a leader creating solutions for tomorrow, PASC 2026 is where your journey connects with Africa's future. Organizations and institutions are also invited to partner with or sponsor PASC 2026, showcasing their commitment to sustainability while connecting with influential leaders and decision makers. Don't just witness the future, help create it. Join us from 8th to 10th September 2026 at the La Palm Royal Beach Hotel in Accra, Ghana. Register, partner, or become a sponsor today at www.pascafrica.org. This conference is brought to you by PASC Africa 2026, advancing sustainability and circular economy solutions for Africa's future.
You are watching Good Morning Ghana on the Metro Television. Just in case you just joined us, you missed that big time because I was interacting, albeit briefly, with Michael Abiu, who is the CEO and Managing Partner of MGA Consulting Ghana Limited, Chairman of the Governing Council, Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana, who is walking us through and sharing some really, really useful business ideas on how to just not set up a business, but also how to make sure that they last. Very, very, very insightful and very useful indeed. So hopefully next week Tuesday, you'll be joining us again, 15, 20 minutes in conversation, and then you can bring in our guest for the show. Now, let me say that my guests are here, and we will be. I'm about to introduce them shortly. So joining us this morning is Mr. Cletus Seido Dapla, who is the MP for the Jirapa constituency, and also he's the Vice Chair of the Foreign Affairs and Regional Integrations Committee in Parliament, and he's a regular on the show. Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us. I hope you're doing very well.
I'm doing good, bro.
I hope
it's been a while.
Yes, it's been a while.
I'm doing well.
Yeah, constituency is doing well too.
Constituency very peaceful.
Okay.
Yeah, peace is what everybody needs.
Absolutely.
There's peace. Once you have peace, and then that's the enabling environment for you to strike, to get your daily bread. So Jirapa is peaceful.
We thank God. We thank God. And then also joining us is a man who. I can tell you he's I'm looking for the right word, but I won't say he's a founding member, but he's a very, very important member of the show. Very, very important member of the show as well. He's a very good friend of my predecessor, Dr. Randy Abbey, who's now with Cocoa Board. And I noticed that anytime he comes on the show, Dr. Randy Abbey is always very, very, very happy. He likes his idea, his thoughts, and so on and so forth. And so, but he's also very passionate about education. Very, very passionate about education. He has many formers. Let me not bore you, but let me just say that he's former Deputy Minister for Education. Dr. Kingsley Nyako is MP for Kwadaso as well. Good morning, sir. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning.
Always a pleasure to see you, sir.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yes.
Over a year that I came here, right?
Yes, it's been almost a year.
Yeah.
Which is very unusual of you,
Yeah.
Because at least in a month, you show up 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
You've been busy.
A lot of commitments and other issues.
Right.
Some are personal that I've told you.
I agree.
Yeah, so
I agree.
I hope now you get the strength to be to be here a bit more regular.
Yeah.
Maybe how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing very well. God is keeping the children alive.
You make Randy proud for holding the 40-30 flag.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The last time I saw Randy at a Cocoa Board event, the people say they deliver power. I said, they people say, but they watch. He said, he said, me too, I watch out. Why I reach office door and I need it. I said, So I see that people say, so I just a day on top. But he's doing well. He's doing very well. I mean, Cocoa Board is a very tough terrain. But he's doing his best possible to take, the company out of his financial challenges.
We wish him well.
Yep. And for him, it's not just about proving it's not just about doing the job, but he also has to prove his skeptics wrong.
Yeah.
You know, you recall that when the announcement came, there were some cynics who said some very funny things. And they said, okay, it's because you don't know me.
Yeah.
You know, oftentimes people think that as journalists, we're good at talking and writing.
Yeah.
And beyond that,
it's like when he was in the seat.
Yes.
I mean, his views and his views.
So he's judged by those views.
Yeah, so the same measure will be meted out to him.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
But I mean, that is politics.
Yeah, yeah.
That is public office.
The good thing about it, though, and another thing that I think that Randy's done very well, he takes criticisms very well.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't say, who are you?
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't say, I mean, whatever it is, whether those criticisms are born out. He listens because he was here and he was very critical.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't understand why he will be the last person to be discouraging anybody from trying to be critical. Yeah. So, you know, but good to see you.
Yeah, same.
And you're looking very good, though.
Oh, really?
Then
let's give God the praise.
I agree. Absolutely.
Not the economy, but God. No, as for the economy
is good or bad.
The pillar will tell you that it is not economy.
Oh, really? The economy is not economy.
No.
But the way you look good, I'm not sure you reflect the not economy, you know.
That's what Prof. But Prof, he knows. He knows that he's living better today than he was. He knows.
Are you sure about that?
Prof knows.
Hey.
Prof. I knew we Parliament together.
Yes.
I knew how you were, and today,
how he is now.
Really? Look at you. Looking at you.
The difference
your
is clear.
color, everything. There's sign of good living in you. Anybody see you? Oh, why?
Oh, JDM.
But Prof, you know all. Why? The economy is stable. It's stable now. We have.
What I'm going to
we'll stabilize the economy now.
It's blessings from God.
CD is
not
stabilized. But what is it? Why? What is it?
It's God who is keeping us.
Big push roads all over the place.
In my constituency, which roads are you building there? Which roads are you building in my constituency?
All right.
Oh, why?
In your constituency, which roads are they building that? Tell him. Which roads are being built in your constituency?
My constituency?
Yeah.
Oh, our big push roads, Jerewa, Sabuli, Ping, Hem Road is under construction. Then you have
you see the discrimination.
We'll be cross-checking.
His constituency is, he's mentioning roads being done.
Oh, but that's what you asked.
Come to my constituency. You know what I mean? Roads that
but the MPP said they've done all the roads in Ashanti.
We didn't say that.
They said that.
It's not possible to. So
but they said that.
No. It's not possible.
No, they said the kind of road network they've done in Ashanti region.
More roads.
No government has done some
all
before.
The roads.
But that's what they said.
President Mahama cannot face all the roads. You can do some.
No, but they said your people said that MPP. You said your stronghold. They said it's your stronghold. So they fixed all the roads.
You see, we couldn't have fixed all the roads, but we've done appreciable number of them. Okay, so you also will do some. You cannot finish building all the roads.
But did you actually do some roads? Did you actually do roads in Ashanti region?
Yeah, we did. You come to my constituency, most of them were asphalted.
In your constituency?
Yes.
So mine was not asphalted. I don't have one asphalt.
Are you sure about that?
I go ask anybody who knows Grappa. I don't have one, even quarter asphalt.
I will do. You have to go and check,
I'm telling you.
He's telling us that big push is being. It says big push is everywhere in this constituency.
Fact checking has become.
Not everywhere.
Fact checking has become.
Not everywhere. It has big push.
But
has passed through my constituency.
That should be of more interest.
But the fact about big push road is not about my constituency. Once a road is constructed, everybody benefits from it. It doesn't matter whether, even if it's in a particular constituency, but everybody uses it.
So assuming you were going to your constituency by road, you will spend, going to Kumasi now, you do about 6 hours. Okay. So if the Kumasi Accra road is done, you can do about 2.5 hours.
Okay.
That should be the focus of President Mahama. That road is a death trap, and that must be done. You see, at times the big trucks, they cause a lot of congestion on the road.
Right.
And you spend ample hours on that stretch. And somebody can even die, you know what I mean?
Right.
When the person is sick, you haven't missed your flight and all that. So for me, the 6-lane expressway should have been a second priority.
Okay.
You get this one first, so that the people will have comfort traveling on that stretch. Then you think about that one. Remember, I was going to Kumasi to attend a funeral. I left the house at 3 a.m. Thinking that I could be in Kumasi by 7.
Yeah.
Latest. It's a few kilometers from Anyinam. Tomorrow, I tell you, we were caught in traffic for about 4 hours.
Right.
Because in fact, no vehicle had broken down. You see, so this is worrying.
Right.
Loss of man hours, loss of productivity and all that. But the road minister is not thinking about, you know what I mean, completing what was begun. A paltry sum of what has been earmarked for the 6-lane expressway. Could have gotten this done.
Okay.
I mean, so misplaced priority. Misplaced, completely misplaced.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that, I mean, they will see reason in what some of us are saying.
Okay. Doc, are you sure that the people of Ashanti region will be happy to hear this?
Which one?
The fact that the Accra-Kumasi Expressway is a misplaced priority.
No, I said that it could be a second priority.
Okay.
You see, the topmost, what we need right now is to get the current one done. Okay?
Okay.
We began with the bypasses and all that.
Right.
These bypasses should have been completed by this administration.
Okay.
You know, a stage in time, they say, saves 9.
Right.
Okay? And the bird at hand is worth 2.
In the bush.
That's it.
Okay.
So use part of the money to get this thing done. And I can tell you that committees on that stretch will be happier.
Okay.
How long will it take to complete the 6-lane expressway?
Okay.
Tomorrow, how long?
Okay.
I can tell you that it will take more than 4 years. And do you know the number of hard works that will have been caused on the Kumasi Accra Road?
Right.
The death and all that, which will be irreversible.
Except that the target the government has set for itself is before the end of 2028.
Before the end of 2028. So how many years are we talking about?
We're talking, what, 2.5 years?
It's not realistic.
It's not realistic.
I can tell you. Okay. I mean, it's also about resources. If the monies are sitting there, then bingo.
Atu says the money is there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when he read the budget.
Yes, all the money is there?
Almost all. He said almost all the money.
No, now you are saying almost. Now from all to almost.
Well, I want us to... Well, I get your sentiment about the expressway, but you see, we are not abandoning the old route.
Yeah.
We just want to, you know, do something monumental in our country.
Right.
The whole Ghana, anywhere you go, you have an expressway. It's only in Ghana you don't have one.
Right.
So this is a novelty, and I think we should support it.
Okay.
Yes, you are right to call for the old road to be fixed, which I support in toto. But don't think that the other one is not a priority. It is. It is. We should pray, and I hope with the commitment of the president and the road minister, the finance minister, I'm very convinced that they will find the money and resources to do the roads. And the old one will be fixed. This one will also be done. I have confidence in that. So that's our way. Kumasi, like I was telling you, that road, you know, that's where I also pass to. If I'm driving home, I have nowhere to pass other than that route. So we all want that road to be fixed. And I know the handlers of the road sector, the Honorable Abuja, his dynamic deputy, my brother Suhini, the finance minister. I can tell the zeal, the commitment that they have to fix both routes. And the contractor also on that side is
doing a good job.
Doing a good job. I know the little push support payments he will work in Ali.
All right. If you judge me, if I could chip in this, you see, air travel has become
very expensive,
unavoidable alternative. and it is highly, highly expensive.
Very.
Now, you are doing a round trip, Kumasi, Accra, an hour, okay? So you do something within the region of 6,000 cedis, which is more than $400.
Yeah.
So when I was coming to Accra on Sunday, one of the airlines, can you imagine that?
It's more than $500, not $200.
No.
That's about $500, yes.
No, I said that.
$6,500.
Yeah. I said over $400.
Over $400, okay.
I didn't say $200. $200 would be one way. And he told me that when they are importing aircraft parts, they pay a duty of 40%. So if that part is $100,000, then duties alone would take away $40,000.
Wow.
And this is adding up to their operational costs.
Operational costs.
So I'm thinking that the Minister for Transport should look into that. In fact, they told me that Nigeria, I think, is free. I'm talking about passion.
Okay.
So we need to look into that so that when we pay less, right? It will also improve the aviation industry because it is safer. It is also more if it's more affordable, then it helps passengers and all that. So the government should look into it because it's becoming very, very expensive. I want to go to Kumasi on Thursday. When I checked for tomorrow, buying the ticket yesterday is 2,600 cedis. If I wait till tomorrow or that day, it will be more than that. Why should we be paying so much on that? It's expensive. We need to look into it.
It's expensive. I think that the transport minister would have to do something about this. We may have to sit with the players and look at how best we can tackle this. Unfortunately, he doesn't pick his calls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of people complain. I mean, the transport minister, he hardly picks the calls.
Yeah.
A lot of my journalist friends are saying, do you call him and call him and call him? He doesn't answer his calls. It's terrible. He doesn't pick his calls.
But it comes across as a noble man.
No, he's a good guy. I just think he just has poor communications, culture. I think that's just his challenge. I just hope anybody who's watching the transport minister must tell him that.
So when we meet him, tell him. When I also meet him, I tell him that.
He doesn't answer his calls,
No, we just, by the domestic line operators, they also they're enjoying too much money.
They're just fleecing us.
So I thought that my brother was going to announce that he's starting his own. He's going to start an airline.
For now, it's a duopoly, isn't it? There's only our end, passion. It's a duopoly.
Yeah,
but they have a business mogul.
I raised this issue before the Public Accounts Committee when the airport MD and her team appeared before us, and she said, "Well, Ghana Airport don't have much control over the airfares. These are private operators. They are regulators. They only regulate them. So they also have been appealing to them to do something about the pricing. It's so expensive.
Very expensive.
Air travel is so expensive.
But you usually go by road, isn't it? You don't go by. You usually go by road.
Oh, it depends. It depends.
Sometimes you go by air to Tamale. Oh, to Wa.
To Passion goes to Wa.
Oh, to Wa. Okay.
Yeah, except Tuesdays. Passion goes to Wa just one way.
One way.
That's all. So if we miss, you have to
come by road.
Find a way to get to your constituency.
Anyway, so gentlemen, I don't know. Are we Bright? Should we go on break now, or we should carry on? Okay. All right. So, gentlemen, I want us to look at this matter. In fact, it's been raging perhaps the last 2 to 3 months or so, and it's about the dispute between Adamos Resources Company Limited, and that's on one side. And then, of course, government on the other side, which is the... okay, all right. So I'm told that we need to take a break now. So we'll take a break. When we return, we would look at the Adamos matter, and then we'll also look at the latest developments. I'm sure that you may have heard about the latest twist to what we call the Gold Board and the minority Small dispute, small fight. Let's see how that goes. Please stay with us.
And there they are. The squad is ready, lined up, ice cold, focused and prepared for national duty. Every bottle in position, every label shining with confidence. And here comes the selection. One bottle steps forward, picked from the squad, ready to deliver for Ghana. He takes the first sip. Oh yes, refreshingly hydrating. The whistle goes. The Black Stars are on the move. He breaks through the defense like flowing water. Beautiful control. He lines it up. He strikes. Goal! Ghana is awake. From the fridge to the field, Awake keeps you refreshed. Awake purified drinking water. One for life. Proudly supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kelkit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kelkits, happy smile.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson, Asamo.
Me didn't tum. Monsieur Femi Kalika, just call me cockroach.
Now, Monsieur Femi once now.
Hey, that's you. Improve car. Yeah. Captain Mosquito, double the action. Maybe this Sasso spray. Monsieur Femi Sasso quell. Yeah, go to my Sasso.
Come on, Tom Preco.
This is the old way. Let me show you a new and a better way. EduPack.
EduPack?
Yes, EduPack. A GS-approved and supported initiative for all first-year students going to SHS by Prospectus Ghana Limited. Now you don't need to go to the market. All your trunks, mattresses, pillows, including plastic chalkboards, are all waiting for your child at the school. Note, all our wooden chalkboards are being changed to plastic ones to avoid bedbugs.
You can also register by dialing *713*821# following the prompts, or you can visit www.edupackgh.com and tap register. You can also register at any ADB branch near you at a very affordable price. EduPack, approved and supported.
You're still watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Audu Moro. I told you earlier, just before we took that little breather, there's this raging dispute between the Minerals Commission, Lands Ministry on one hand, and then also Adamos Resources Limited on the other hand. It has to do with the revocation of their mining license, 3 of them. They've got 6, 3 of them is revoked. There's 9 other ones, but those were for exploratory. But it's 6, 3 of them have been taken away from them, and 3 are still in active, use. Now, the Minerals Commission came up with a number of reasons why they revoked the licenses, and it generated some widespread, reaction from the public. In fact, the decisions were sharply divided, opinions were sharply divided, let me put it that way. There are some who say that, yes, the Minerals Commission is cracking the whip and making sure the right things are done. But there are also others who felt that, look, even if an indigenous company is doing the wrong thing, you must sometimes bend backwards just to make sure that they survive, because at the end of the day, it's about Ghana. We all know the advantages of having a Ghanaian-owned business. And so the likes of Mr. Kofi Bentil of Imani Ghana were very, very, very up in arms with the government for revoking their license. But it wasn't just a disagreement between the two parties, but there were some who felt that, look, it's become a test of how Ghana intends to govern its mineral sector through regulations, and also with enforcing compliance, and perhaps most importantly translating its renewed emphasis on Ghanaian participation in the mining sector into credible economic opportunities for Ghanaians. Now, just 2 days ago, it must have been on Friday, I think so, the spokesperson to the President, Minister in charge of Government Communications, then came up with, a communique or a press statement. And in that press statement, it said the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, Minerals Commission, and the Adamos Resources Limited have been asked by government to present a 12-month roadmap for turning the mine around. The roadmap will include a 6-member management team formed between Adamos and government to supervise the turnaround of the mine. The membership of the committee will include 3 members of the Adamos side and 3 members from the government side. The agreement followed a meeting at the presidency aimed at resolving the dispute between the two parties to salvage what is one of a few operating indigenous large-scale mines. The roadmap will include a plan for settling liabilities by Adamos to Ghana Revenue Authority, Minerals Income Investment Fund, financial institutions, and suppliers. The roadmap will also include exploring means to inject fresh capital by inviting additional partners to take up equity in the mining operation. The 2 sides are expected to present the roadmap to the presidency in 2 weeks. Felix Kwachi Ofosu MP, spokesperson of the President Minister Government Communications. Now, before I come to my guest, let me first do this, and please indulge me. The former Lands and Natural Resources Minister has some very interesting perspectives to share on this matter. Fortunately, we've been able to raise him on via Zoom. He will just do a few minutes and then I'll come back in-house. Now, the Honorable Inu Safusein is also former MP for the Tamale Central constituency. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Good morning as well, and thank you very much for joining us.
Wa alaikum salam, and thank you for having me.
Right. So, Honorable, what do you make of this government intervention? And I know you've been following this Adamos Resources and Minerals Commission Lands Ministry on one hand, the dispute over some time. Now, first of all, what was your understanding of what exactly had happened? And do you think that it was a good idea for the government to have intervened with what I just read in terms of what the steps that ought to be taken and the timelines that we're looking at 1 year?
So there is a lot of movement in the mining sector in this country. For starters, there is no longer automaticity in the renewal of mining licenses. So any mining company that has concessions in this country, which concessions are about to expire, must demonstrate to the people of Ghana through the government of Ghana and the Minerals Commission that their continuous operation will result in mutual benefit to the people of this country and the company. 2, companies are also to demonstrate corporate citizenship to the people of this country, which means that their operations must not border, or they as operators should not countenance illegalities. 3, where a mine has, a concession has been given to a company and the company is not operating according to the terms and conditions under which the license has been granted, that will be a ground for the revocation of the license. is part of the Minerals and Mining Act. Now, so the issues. So Adamos has 3 operating concessions in this country, all in the western region. Adamos was found to have been negligent, or if you want, complicit, in the presence of some foreign nationals on their concession. Adamos' claim has always been that they were overrun by those nationals who were on the land, or the other individuals who were operating on the land. In fact, to buttress their point, they indicated that they had reported the presence of these persons to the law enforcement agencies. The Minerals Commission, the minister acting through the Minerals Commission, set up a committee, and the committee came to a conclusion that Adamos was complicit. But Adamos is an indigenous Ghanaian company. They have at all material times indicated their willingness to cooperate with the state to remove from the concessions any person not authorized to be on the concession. Mind you, Adamos has primary responsibility of safeguarding their concession and also ensuring that their operations are environmentally friendly. Now, when the Minerals Commission recommended a revocation of their licenses, their operating licenses, and the cancellation of their leases, Adamos petitioned government, and government has favorably considered, to some extent, the petition. Government says, well, as an indigenous company who has at all times, held or presented a view that they were not complicit in the presence of foreign nationals on their concession, and had also indicated by evidence or provided evidence of their report of the presence of such elements to the law enforcement agencies. Government is willing to give them an opportunity to correct their wrongs, the errors that they have committed. In this regard, government has directed the establishment of an interim management committee consisting of 3 persons from Adamos and 3 persons from the government side to manage the concessions and put in the right structures, institutions, and mechanisms for a full beneficial operations of the mines. 2, government demands from Adamos to pay all their existing liabilities by way of tax to the Ghana Revenue Authority. This they can do by paying upfront all the taxes that has accrued, or enter into a plan with the Ghana Revenue Authority for the liquidation of the tax that is due government that is still outstanding. Adamos has to take steps to ensure that investment comes into the mine. You can't continue to mine or hold the concessions when the requisite investment for making the mine profitable is not coming in. So government, again, is calling on Adamos to ensure that within this period that the Interim Management Committee will be managing the mines and the concessions, Adamos must take steps to ensure that the requisite investment is put into the mine to make the mines productive, or the concessions productive.
Was it a good idea for the government to have intervened?
I think when you were introduced in your preliminary remarks, you said there were two classes of people: those who said that the Minerals Commission is cracking the whip, and those who say that, well, government should intervene to ensure that the indigenous Ghanaian businessman does not lose, or businesswoman does not lose the concessions.
Yeah.
I belong to a latter group. I also called on government to see how the government could intervene to ensure that the mine becomes operative, that Adamus still remains the owner of the mines and the concessions, and that Adamus is called upon to fulfill their obligations to the state and also ensure that the mines becomes profitable.
What was your reason?
My reason is that this is an indigenous Ghanaian company. They have not demonstrated complicity in what has been found against them. They have at all material times stood their grounds that those people overran the concession and that they have made a report to the police. So you have to give them the benefit of the doubt. And if you give them the benefit of the doubt, it means that you must temper justice with mercy. And I'm happy that government did that.
Well, if the presidency could have intervened to give them some kind of a 1-year lifeline, basically, I mean, for want of a better word, to fix whatever issues there are, why didn't the government do so from the beginning?
No, government wanted the law. I mean, you see, this is a democratic country, and the rule of law must be our guiding principle. Where we have the law, the substantive law, and have the institutions that have been mandated to regulate activities in that sector. You have to ensure that those activities, or when those institutions which are regulatory in nature, examine the situation and produce a report, and then government can work on the report. Executive authority of state is vested in the president. And so when the report is presented to the minister, the minister brings the report to the attention of the president and then acts on the report. But the government can intervene to ensure that the proper thing is done, and what will not make the state lose resources, and also not have a moral hazard in terms of not getting the benefits of the mineral resources, but fixed with the obligation of dealing with the environmental degradation that has occasioned the country by reason of the unfriendly environmental practices that were engaged, the company engaged in, or persons who overran the company engaged in. So government did all that and decided that the middle way out was to try to reorganize, give them an opportunity to reorganize their operations by putting in an interim management committee.
Now, speaking about this interim management committee, what does it mean? I mean, the organization, the company is still being owned by Adamus Resources Company Limited. So this IMC that we're talking about, how are things going to work? I mean, based on your own understanding of governance, because you've been there before, Lands and Natural Resources Minister, Roads and Transport Minister, your lawyer, been an MP. I mean, how is this interim IMC thing, how is it going to work? Are they going to use the workers of Adamus? Is the IMC bringing their own people? Yes.
No, to all intents and purposes, they constitute the management of the mines, the concessions. And they will be responsible for taking the day-to-day decisions for the company, what ought to be done. And so the government side expects that some things be done. So they bring that to the attention of the company, and the company side will ensure that those things are done. So that's and then a report will be produced at the end.
So middle to lower staff still intact. It's just the people at the top that has changed.
Yeah, middle to lower, everything. Or the company is still intact. Intact. The company is still intact. But the management, that's why it's called an interim management
committee. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Honorable, thank you. Thank you very much. Very interesting perspective. I know you also have some stuff to attend to, so let me leave you. Thank you. Have a good day, sir. Thank you so very much. All right.
Thank you.
So let me bring in my in-house guest now. Now, if you look at today's Daily Guide, there's the Daily Guide today is reporting that Adamos Resources welcomes a turnaround plan. A Daily Guide report says Adamos Resources Limited has welcomed the government's decision to provide a pathway for resolving issues surrounding the company and restoring the mine to sustainable operations. The company described the outcome of a meeting at the presidency as a significant and constructive step forward in protecting the future of Adamos Mine and its employees, contractors, suppliers, host communities, and other stakeholders whose livelihoods depend on the operation. Now, it says that under the agreed framework, Adamos, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, and the Minerals Commission will jointly develop a 12-month roadmap for turning around the mine. A 6-member management team comprising 3 reps from Adamos and 3 from government will supervise implementation of the program. Adamos said the collaborative approach allows all parties to focus on preserving and rebuilding a strategic important Ghanaian mining operation while protecting value for the country and its stakeholders. In a statement issued by management, the company assured employees, contractors, suppliers, host communities, business partners, investors, and the public of its commitment to the future of the mine. We understand the uncertainty and anxiety that development in recent months may have impacted on the business. But it says we also recognize the importance of the mine to the livelihoods of families, businesses, and communities in the Western region, as well as its contribution to Ghana's mining sector and the national economy. The company discloses that a later development provides renewed hope and creates a structured opportunity for stakeholders to work together towards a solution targeting employees, contractors, suppliers, and communities to remain calm and supportive as the process unfolds. Adamos said it will continue to engage constructively with government and relevant institutions and provide updates as the process progresses. The company stated it will work within the 12-month framework in good faith with focus on restoring the mine to stronger and more sustainable footing. It notes that it was one of its few operating indigenous. It noted as one of the few operating indigenous large-scale mines in Ghana. Preserving its productive capacity would help protect jobs, support local businesses, sustain government revenues, and strengthen Ghanaian participation in the mining sector. And that the next milestone of the agreement is the presentation of the 12 months turnaround roadmap to the presidency within 2 weeks. And finally, he said this is not just about resolving disputes, but about protecting Ghanaian assets, restoring confidence, preserving livelihoods, and creating conditions for a viable future. It expressed gratitude to the government, the President, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, and the Minerals Commission for their willingness to engage, and thanked employees, host communities, suppliers, financial partners, and the public for their patience and their support. I'll start with you. Seydou, what do you make of this?
Well, thank you, my brother, once again. Thank you to Prof, my colleague on this platform. Good morning to your distinguished viewers and my Jirapa people. Moro, large-scale mining companies, if not regulated very well, can cause more harm to the environment and to the state than even this so-called Galamsey people.
Yeah.
So if we look at the crimes committed by Adamos, according to Mineral Commission, even they are cited for Galamsey, because if you acquire a concession to do large-scale mining and if you are granted such a concession, then you on your own decide to give part of it to people to mine. That's nothing but Galamsey. It's illegal mining, you know, and anything illegal mining is associated, you know, with Galamsey. So that's one of the crimes of Adamos, according to the regulator, Mineral Commission. They've been also cited not in compliance with EPA permits. that is also one of the sins committed by Adamos. Again, they are also cited by they are also cited by giving some mineral rights to other people without the minister's consent. So in all of these things, I think that if I believe the regulator will not just level these charges or allegations against Adamos. And normally when they bring such charges against a mining company, they'll give you a time period that you can challenge or you can, probably come to challenge the allegations or whatever that they have against you. So for me, Moro, we are looking at job creation.
Right.
We want our mining sector to largely be owned by Ghanaians. And I am in support of that. I want many Ghanaians, the mining sector should be dominated by Ghanaian companies because the foreign companies repatriate funds, they repatriate chunk of their money. And until we do that, we will not be able to maximize the profit that we need to get from our gold sector.
Right.
And Moro, I went to Morocco. There is a university that is being established by the company that is extracting phosphate.
Right.
Phosphate is what they use to produce fertilizer. That's why Morocco is producing, fertilizer.
Right.
Moro, that company, the government entered into agreement with the company, and the company established a world-class university that is being funded by the company.
Okay.
That is mining their phosphate. So, Moro, it is not a small university. It's a world-class university. The mining company every year gives about $500 million to run the university. So they are able, they don't have issues of accommodation, they don't have faculty problems, lecture theaters, scholarships.
Okay.
Once you are admitted in that school, Moro, you are given a scholarship.
Okay.
You are given accommodation. You are given stipends monthly.
Right.
You don't even clean your own hostels. So I'm like, wow, so this can happen.
Okay.
So Moro, let's indigenize the mining sector.
Okay.
And I believe that we will get the reward, we'll get the profit, we'll get the needed, what is that?
Okay.
Profit from the mining sector.
Yeah.
Otherwise, artists now, Moro, growing up ahead of gold fields, ahead of all this. Look at how Obuasi is.
Okay.
Look at the challenges they still have.
Right.
With all the gold that has been extracted from even that area, what is the benefit to the good people of Ashanti or the Obuasi people, let alone to talk of Ghana?
Okay.
You understand? So for me, large-scale miners, I have always said it that they can, if they are not regulated very well, they go out of their jurisdiction.
Yeah.
They go out of their boundaries. They don't want to respect rules sometimes.
Okay.
And I am happy, kudos to the regulator, the Mineral Commission, for taking the bull by the horn and to tell them that, look, enough is enough. We will not allow you to use your own discretion to operate. We've given you a concession based on your application.
Okay.
We satisfy your requirement and we granted you a concession.
Okay.
We told you how you operate, all of that. So if you are going outside the rules, the regulator ought to, bring you back to, to you have to come back to obey the rules. So I am so happy with what so far the Minister of Lands has done, the Mineral Commission, and particularly the meeting that is held. And government, you see, government honestly will not be wicked to a Ghanaian company. Government, and I know that if they play their cards well, government will eventually allow them to operate. But they must respect the rules and regulations governing the mining sector. But we are chasing people all over, you know, who are into Galamsey. So if you come in the name of large-scale mining and your operations is even, you know, worsening the plight of the Ghanaian by degrading the environment, I think you ought to.
I get it.
Call to.
But you know when this whole matter happened, I was thinking to myself that where would have lied the NDC's consistency, especially when the NDC believes in indigenous, which is making sure the indigenous businesses survive. You recall when the financial sector cleanup happened, there were all kinds of reasons that were giving as to why some businesses were collapsed. The NDC at the time held the view that, look, no matter what sins they had committed, don't collapse them because these are indigenous private businesses. So I wasn't surprised at all when the president had to intervene because it is consistent with us of the philosophy of the
I don't think we want to collapse them.
The government had held.
There's no consistency in this.
Well, which is what I'm saying, that they've always held a certain view that no matter what crime you've committed.
I'll address that.
You address that. Anyway, so that's just what I was just thinking, because when I heard about that was what I said, what's the issue? Because I thought that this government believed that go and sin no more. You know, so why revoke their licenses? But anyway, what are your thoughts?
So Moro, very good morning to my constituents, Kwadaso constituency. I love them so dearly because they made me whom I am by bringing me to this highest level of my political career. Your revered viewers, I miss them so much.
I miss you too.
And your good self, the pillar, body. In the house, your colleagues. You see, the reason why, so I find myself in a certain difficult situation. I'm happy, and I'm also sad at the same time.
Why?
So, what is the difference between Adamus resource mining and Akonta mining? What's the difference? They're all large-scale mines, isn't it?
Yes.
I look at the ministers and the Mineral Commission's observations regarding the infractions that have been occasioned by the activities of Adamus Minerals Resources. So many infractions have been outlined, but according to Adamus, they are not material. And what was also worrying is that if you look at the Minerals Mining Act 2006 Act 703, if you indulge me, Section 69 says, 69.2, it says, the minister shall, before suspending or cancelling a mining lease, give notice to the holder and shall, in the notice, require the holder to remedy the breach within a reasonable period, being not less than 120 days, and where the breach cannot be remedied, to show cause to the reasonable satisfaction of the minister why the mining lease or restricted mining lease should not be suspended or cancelled. According to Adamus, head of geology, Echo something, he is saying that this was not done. Because ideally, if the Minerals Commission is doing its work well, there should be occasional visits to the mining sites.
Okay.
And where infractions are identified and their material, you give them the opportunity to respond.
Yes.
Okay, you can give them timelines that within this time frame,
right,
you should have corrected them.
Right.
This was not done. So upon what basis did the minister revoke their license in the first place? How was the justification? So I see this to have been some form of arm twisting until Adamo decided to challenge the decision of the recommendations from the Minerals Commission. And I think that it was unfair to them. They also threatened legal action. And according to them, the whole agreement was ratified by Parliament. Okay? Article 75, 1 and 2 is there. Ratification has been done. So I'm sure that the government was worried about litigation, legal action that could have occasioned some form of financial loss to the states. Okay? So then, the next day, 21st or so, the government spokesperson, okay, minister in charge of government communication, Felix came out and said there's a roadmap. The roadmap should have been given to the mining company to address before any such revocation had been done. It was not. So this roadmap thing was an afterthought. And now what they are saying is that a committee has been formed. Okay, three persons from the Minerals Commission, 3 persons from the mining company. They are suggesting that there should be some capital injection. Other persons should also come on board, right? Even though the mining company has agreed to this arrangement, I thought that it is still unfair. It appears there has been some arm twisting to force them in that line. That is completely, my brother, unfair.
Right.
The mining company is being unfairly treated.
Right.
There are some things behind this operation that we don't know. Indigenous companies, we must protect them. Okay, we must ensure. I was heading National Quotation Board. When you go on inspection and you see infraction, the last thing you could recommend to the minister in terms of revocation of a license or accreditation is that you should have given them the opportunity to remedy all the wrongs before. But this was not done.
Right.
The reason why I said that I'm happy is because of this arrangement, even though I'm thinking that the arrangement would not inure to the benefit of the company unless it had been given solely to them to remedy. I'm sad because looking at the infractions that have been outlined by Minerals Commission, upon which the minister acted, I don't see a distinction between that and Akonta mining.
Okay.
Section 41 of the Act says that you cannot even give a part of the contract to a third party to operate on the concession. Is it not true?
Yeah.
So Wontumi was accused. In the case of Wontumi, he said that the purpose was not for mining. The purpose was for something else, reclamation of the land. But the observation, the report from the Minerals Commission is saying that foreigners were engaged to mine, which is an affront, a sin against Section 41. In Wontumi's case, it was for reclamation. But as we speak, he's in Sawam. He's also an indigenous person, a Ghanaian. But when it came to Adams, that have been treated differently. So one question is that, why didn't the Mineral Commission or the ministry give Akonta Mining an opportunity that had been given to Adamus? Why wasn't Akonta Mining given opportunity to remedy any infraction that had been identified? So you see the selectivity and hypocrisy. So when we say that Wontumi has just been made a scapegoat, a political prisoner, this is a justification, this is a reason. Moro, just convince me if what I'm saying is not the truth. Two distinct large-scale mining entities. One has been given an arrangement that will keep the mining company moving. But another one, he said that Wontumi is a common criminal. He said that Wontumi is a common criminal. But look at the gravity of the two mining companies. Which one is gravier? Which one is gravier? One has been given leniency. For which I support. That is the best way to go. And I'm saying that what is good for the goose is also good for the gander. Wontumi should have been given that same opportunity to remedy any wrongs and not to put him in prison. What kind of country are you building? A country based on political vendetta and witch hunts? At times, before I came from abroad, I had high hopes for this country. But the way we are doing things, my brother, we must sit up. The unfairness and the discrimination and the hypocritical, ways we do things, we need to take a critical look at them. Minister Fuseni is saying that, okay, so they don't want to collapse the mining company because of the job creation. Wasn't Wontumi also creating jobs? Akonta Mining, wasn't it creating jobs? And more, I took my time to read the judgment that put Wontumi in prison. Nowhere did the report say that Wontumi was engaged in galamsey. Nowhere. They used circumstantial evidence to implicate him. Nowhere. And the person who admitted that he was doing galamsey has now been left off the hook. But in this instance, evidence has been adduced, unless I didn't read well. If I didn't read, you can correct me, that some foreigners were doing galamsey. And now, these people have been given a deal, which for me, as a patriot, I'm happy that they've been given that opportunity, to righten any wrongs that have occurred. That's the way to go. You see, you don't just punish people because you don't like them. That's why we have quality assurance. It's an ongoing corrective process. The government must bury her head in shame for this discriminatory approach to these similar occurrences with the mining sector. You want to fight galamsey? Then President Mahama has failed. Galamsey is now everywhere. Everywhere. Areas where galamsey was not being done, now everywhere. The president is looking unconcerned. He doesn't even care about it because he himself has said that he wouldn't be surprised if his own people are engaged in it. The fact is that his people are engaged in it. And he cannot tell us that he's not even aware. President, you don't even know what is happening in this country? Are you not being briefed by national security? Are you not being briefed by the Minister of Finance and Natural Resources? He cannot tell Ghana that he's not aware of what is happening. The future of this country, is at stake. And the president must act and act well. And I've been saying that if he's not careful, he'll go down in history as the worst president Ghana has ever had. You know what I mean? So, so for me, the roadmap, fair. We need to revive that company. But please, Mr. President, with all due respect, respect to your office, the judiciary, you've not been fair to Bernard and to both Siakon.
Okay.
You've not been fair to the man.
Okay.
You've not been fair to the man. Rethink. Rethink about what you've done to our original chairman. Is it because of politics?
We'll take.
Is it because of politics? That's why he's in. You put him in prison when he's not even done Galamsey. And Galamsey is everywhere. Go to the Ashanti region. Go to the Western region. Go to the Central region. Go to the Eastern region. Go to the president's own constituency.
Okay.
And we are happy about this. In fact, senior what's the name again? Senior Yunus if somebody I respect so much because of his understanding for parliamentary process and constitutional stuff, you know what I mean?
Okay. All right, let's do this.
We don't do this to us.
Let's do this.
We don't. We don't.
Right.
I'm so sad this morning. You see, the reason I'm even short of words. And Mr. Hussein is happy to applaud what the government has done, which I'm also happy. But to condemn him to me as a common criminal, he should bury his head in shame. Because I don't see any distinction between these two events.
Okay.
Even this is even worse. This is even worse.
Okay. So
Ghana.
I have some piece of information.
Oh God.
I have some piece of information that I'll be sharing with you. But before I do that, let's take this break. You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Please stay with us.
Finding my dream apartment in just 2 days was a breeze with 7terragh.com. Looking for your next home, the perfect piece of land, or the best commercial property for your business? Are you worried about sending money home for property and finding nothing when you return? Well, worry no more. 7terragh.com is just a platform to find prime lands, perfect properties, or vibrant real estate development at the click of a button. 7terragh.com is your go-to property listing platform that allows you to register, list, rent, buy or sell, and connect with correct agents. With our AI-powered smart search, personalized dashboards, verified agent connection, and interactive property maps, all your property needs have been made easier. Check us out on 7terragh.com or contact us on 0302 998 246 or 0561 032 252. 7terragh.com, powered by MNC Properties.
As the days come and go, there's always shit. Let colleagues explore all the planetary bodies. Our mission is in Uranus to treat hemorrhoids, anal fistula, anal fissure, anal incontinence, hydradenitis suppurativa, using laser Legasure for pain-free and speedy recovery. On Uranus Street, Accra, Asmin Tuba Hospital and Coloproctology Center. Trust Uranus with us and we will delight you. Visit Asmin Tuba Hospital today or call us on 0244 581 541.
Madam, I'm looking for Abena.
Abena, there's someone looking for you.
Madam, please, where's Abena?
Abena, yes, ma'am. Is this who you are looking for?
Madam, please get me Abena. Please.
Della. Abena bra.
Oh, Abena. If it's not Abena rice, I can't eat any of that anymore.
Abena rice and Niji Nkwa.
FDA, Ajay Jadien Kratso Yatsum.
It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievements, and who at the worst, if he fails, at the least fails while doing greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. To this end, Mr. Speaker, I want to urge my colleagues in the minority that although we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we must fear no evil. Let's remain strong. Refuse to be intimidated. Refuse the subtle culture of silence. Let's soldier on. Victory awaits us. Speaker, in the face of the allegations of extortion leveled against me, I have chosen to take high moral ground by submitting myself to the processes of the law. I have accordingly caused writs to be filed in suit number GT 1029/2026, entitled Osahin Alexander Afenyo-Markin versus Samuel Edujemfi and Multimedia Group Limited at the Accra High Court, and suit number GR/ACH/CC/C5/02/2026, entitled Osahin Alexander Afenyo-Markin versus Eric Ejay and Peace FM at the Achimota Circuit Court. I have every confidence that in the fullness of time, the court will make the appropriate determination on these matters. Mr. Speaker, I also await with bated breath that the man or the men who made the allegation will have the courage to report the matter to the police or the OSP or any investigating agency in this country. And I expect that if they muster the courage to report that I have extorted from them and I am invited, I shall submit myself to every investigation so that eventually my name is cleared. There is, Mr. Speaker, there is a limit to political discourse. There are lines that must not be crossed, and these red lines, once crossed, they must be dealt with. Mr. Speaker, I can modestly and humbly say that I have served in this position with integrity. I came into this office a man of hard work with determination, and I have achieved for myself what I have to do for myself, my family, and my constituents.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show is also live on 94.1 FM. I'm getting some very, very, very interesting messages and feedback on what the Honourable Member of Parliament has talked about, which is selective justice. According to him, Chema Wuntumi fell foul of the law. He's in prison. Another company has done the same thing. Adamos, nothing has happened to them apart from the revocation of the license. You know, someone has actually just drawn my attention to the fact that the two are not the same, and the person would explain. I'll read that to you shortly. But let me do this. So, the National Identification Authority is urging business institutions and service providers that all institutions that a new law, which is LI 2523, has introduced important changes to how Ghana card identities are verified. Now, under the new requirements, biometric verification is now the principal means of confirming the identity of a Ghana card holder. Now, so what does this mean for you? Do not rely only on the photograph or physical appearance of the person presenting a Ghana card. Where biometric verification is required, you must use the NIE-approved biometric verification system. You should also not photocopy, scan, retain copies or images of the Ghana card or rely on ocular or visual inspection alone for identity verification, except where permitted by law. So please take note please note that carrying out verification through unauthorized copies or ocular inspection is an offense under the LI 2523 and is punishable by penalties of up to 2,000 penalty units for a body corporate and up to 1,000 penalty units for a partnership or other undertaking, payable by each partner or responsible person. If your institution or business or agency verifies identities, then take the next step and onboard onto the NIA's Identity Verification System platform, the IVSP. Get your systems ready, train your staff, and begin putting the new requirements into practice. The transition period for institutions to onboard runs from 27 July to 2nd November 2026, but institutions are encouraged to start their compliance preparations now. These changes are designed to strengthen identity security, prevent impersonation and fraud, and better protect the personal data of Ghana card holders. Let me also draw your attention to this particular one. Okay. Yes, I'm done with this particular one, but there's a, no, just a second, I beg you, just a second. Now, the National Youth Authority also wants me to remind you that its month-long activities are still ongoing, and that from the excitement is continuing on 21st at August with the Interagency Football Gala at the Accra Sports Stadium. It happened on the 21st, and it was followed by the Intergenerational Dialogue on 25th of August, and that's happening today. Now, the month-long celebration comes to an end on 30th of August with the Red Means Stop campaign at the Independence Square. Young people are encouraged to register to attend, volunteer, exhibit their products and services, or sign up as media partners through the official National Youth Month registration portal. This August, Volunteer, Learn, Lead, Serve, National Youth Authority facilitating youth development. So it's the National Youth Month, which is on the theme Rebuilding Values, Inspiring Patriotism, and Empowering the Youth in the Digital Age. Yes, you want to say something quickly? Yeah? Please do that quickly. Yes.
You said somebody said that a viewer said that the two are.
Let him read.
I'll read it. I'll read that shortly. I'll read that shortly. So when I read that, you can respond.
Sure,
yes,
sure,
when I read that, you can respond. Sure. But let me bring in the Honourable first. Honourable, please come in. The person is just rewording the statement.
Well, my brother, Dr. Kingsley, is a very, good politician, and this morning I think that you are not fair to the president by drawing the name of the president into Wuntumi's incarceration. You see, let's don't approbate and reprobate. When we are talking about law, you see, Doc, if I want to, let me refresh your mind about how some stalwarts in this country were jailed under your regime. Stalwarts. If I want to start with Chachu Chikata, the Venerable Chachu Chikata, the late Victor Solomi, Sepayanki, Ibrahim Adam, all of that, I can name them. These people were subjected to the judiciary, and they were jailed. Even in Chachu's case, it was a banter. They had to even establish a court that wasn't recognized by the constitution. They did all that just to incarcerate him. Okay. It happened in this country. So it was President Kufuor who did that. Is that what you want to say? By your analogy on this platform, are you saying that when somebody has undergone through fair trial and is being jailed, it is the president. Is that what you are saying? So the people who were jailed under President Nanado, under President Kufuor, it's these two presidents that jailed them by your acknowledgement. That is what you want to say. You understand? And I think it's not fair. Let's don't do that. Let's don't do that. The truth of the matter is that, you see, when your party is in power, be very careful how you use power. You know Wontumi. You know, or even on national TV, Wontumi will come and display gold, bars of gold. You think it's right for him to do that?
So he was there because of the gold.
No, I'm coming. I'm just telling you. I just want to tell you how somebody wasn't respecting any rule in this country. There's a report, even by the then Minister of Lands, about Wontumi's operation. He disregarded that. Police, national security will go into the concession because there was every indication that he was doing something bad. He would block them from entering because his party was in power. So let's be guided. If we are having a discourse about Adamos and you want to draw this thing in, you will get the response that you will not like it. You understand? Let's don't do that at all. If you have any reason to probably appeal to the conscience of government and all of that, it's fair. But if you want to say that once somebody is jailed under a particular president regime, then it is that person, then we can cite many examples. Many examples.
Is that what I said?
You understand? But that is what you drew President Mahama in. President Mahama is not the judiciary. I just want you to know that so that we don't mingle the two and you are just emotionally and tying in the president. That's my concern. You've made your case. You can make your case, but don't bring in the president into this matter. That is all that I want to say.
Moro. Yeah. So the issue is that, remember, Ferris Kwache Fosu, this roadmap was at the instance of the presidency, true or false. So my argument was that if Adamos has been given the opportunity to remedy, a roadmap to remedy whatever wrong had happened, why wasn't the same opportunity given to Wontumi? If the president who initiated this whole process. And I'm saying that, fairness sake, the president could have also done that, unless there was some ulterior motive to get Wontumi incarcerated. I was going to read something to you because you said somebody was going to read. You see, Ghana Web, Lands Minister, 10th, I think August 10, Lands Minister opposed revocation of 3 mining leases of Adamos resources. If you read on to the 4th paragraph, it says, the company is said to have subleased portions of its concessions to foreign nationals for independent mining operations without the prior written approval of the sector minister, contrary to Section 41 of Act 703, and mining outside demarcated and permitted areas without an approved operating permit from the Chief Inspector of Mines in contravention of Regulations 201B and 201D of the Minerals and Mining Licensing Regulations 2012 LI 2176. That's my bone of contention. These are sins, infractions against the law. And I'm saying that if you compare the gravity of this to that of Akonta mining, this is greater. And my considered view is that
where's the source of the thing you just read?
Ghana Web. Ghana Web. The heading is Lands Minister upholds revocation of 3 mining leases of Adamos resources. Graphic Online / August 10, 2026. 15 hours. That's it. So there's it.
But you know, one of the reasons why the presidency has had to intervene and given a one-year roadmap for some of these issues to be fixed, it's also because some of the issues that the Minerals Commission, the Lands Commission raised were issues that were highly contentious. My sense is that the president, after a careful examination of the issues that have been brought before him, felt that, look, these were not sufficient grounds for what had happened to what happened. And that is why he said, but those ones that he felt, you know, should be resolved now are these ones that we've been told about, payment to blah, blah, blah. So all kinds of statutory payment that ought to do.
No, but I've told you that.
So I'm just saying, no, I'm just saying that in order that we do not create a certain impression that the issues that have been raised based on the Ghana Web publication are issues that have not been disagreed with.
That's the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm making is that I have said here that this arrangement, the roadmap, I said I support it, and I'm okay with that.
Right. That's
my point is that this same opportunity
it was not given to
and so, what I've read to you, the infraction.
So this
is
person,
against
So this person. So I've just received this message. We've just got it. It's a very important message from a very significant person. But I don't have the right or the permission to mention the person's name. You know, and it's just the nature of our job. It says, I've been listening to Dr. Kingsley for a while now. I get where he's coming from. But I think that it's important that we make a distinction between the two. And Dr. Pachoti, it says it's important we make a distinction between the two, which is Akonta Mining and then Adamos Resources Limited. Now, he says that, first of all, Adamos has all its papers intact. That's the first thing. All their leases have been rectified. They have an EPA permit. They had operating permits from Chief Inspector of Mines. And the company has all the materials, have at all material times stated clearly, as explained by Honorable Hussaini, that they were not given notice of the infractions by law. Akonta, on the other hand, had no leases ratified, they had no EPA permit, and they had no operating permits. Please, there are facts. These are facts that are verifiable with the Minerals Commission. So the two are not the same. So if he wants to go into infractions of Adamos, he's allowed to do so based on whatever reports that are there, but he should not mix the two. The law requires you to give sufficient notice, no matter how egregious the infractions. And it says that is the position of the company. So that's what I just got from the other person. Now, okay, so Najib, he works with Kalban.
I respect the opinion.
Yes.
I respect his opinion.
No, he is a mining consultant as well, so he's been following this thing for a very long time. He's a private person.
Yeah.
You know, so
we disagree to agree, right?
Yes.
To look at the
so Najib from Kalban said, good morning, my brother DMR. I trust you're doing well. I want to appreciate Professor Kingsley Nyako. He taught me psychology in University of Ghana, and he has become a good brother to me. What I admire about him is his passion for human development and for Ghana's development. We belong to different political parties, but that has never affected the respect I have for him. And I believe Prof will agree with me that a country led by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is currently on the right direction. Ghana first. Najib Mohammed Sani, former NDC aspirant for Ayawaso East, consensus parliamentary candidate. All right. So I look at the other, the other stories. But let's just do this briefly, I beg you. I want us to move on. I think that Dapala has made his point. So you're a very good friend, Afenyo Makin.
Yeah.
In fact, he's your minority leader, not just your friend.
Yeah.
He has decided to sue Sammy Gyamfi.
Yeah.
And the Daily Guide has actually published that story. And it's here. I just want to quickly look at this. This is what we call twist and turns, All right. So Ernest Kofi Addo from Parliament House, the minority leader in Parliament, Alexander Afenyo Makin, has disclosed that he has commenced legal action against persons and media organization of allegations of extortion leveled against him. Mr. Afenyo Makin told Parliament that he had caused race to be filed in 2 separate cases and expressed confidence that the court would determine the matters. He said one of the suits numbered GT1029-2026 had been filed at the Accra High Court against Samuel Edu Gyamfi, popularly known as Sammy Gyamfi, and the Multimedia Group Limited. The second case, numbered GRACH CCC 502-2026, was filed at Achimota Circuit Court against Erika J. and Peace FM. Mr. Afenyo Makin said he had chosen to submit himself for the legal process in response to allegations. In the face of the allegations of extortion leveled against me, I have chosen to take the high moral ground by submitting myself to the processes of the law. He said he was confident that the court would make an appropriate determination on the matters in due course. The minority leader also challenged those behind the allegations to formally report him to the appropriate law enforcement agencies. He said, if the allegations were reported to the police, the Office of the Special Prosecutor or any other investigative agency and he was invited, he would make himself available for questioning. Mr. Appenyo-Markin said he was prepared to cooperate with any investigations or allegations in order to establish the facts and clear his name. I shall submit myself to every investigation so that eventually my name is cleared. He stresses that there were limits to political discourse and warned that certain boundaries should not be crossed. There are lines that must not be crossed, and these red lines, once crossed, they must be dealt with. We all know why he's in court, so I don't want to repeat it. All right, let me start with Seydou. Seydou, did you see this coming?
Well, I just want to say that, you see, Gold Board previously was PMMC. PMMC under the same domestic gold purchasing agreement incurred some losses in 2022, in 2023, in 2024. Facts. In the same IMF report. That time, it was, those losses were not attributed to PMMC. It was attributed to Bank of Ghana. Now, we passed the Gold Board Act in April. They started operation in June. That is when the office was fully constituted. Then, I'm talking of 2025.
Yeah.
So before the inauguration of Gold Board, PMMC was in charge of the domestic gold purchasing program. And in that period, PMMC had incurred some losses. Nobody said, Moro, you've been around. You're a media person.
Right.
In all of this debate and argument, then and now, did you hear anybody say that PMMC incurred losses?
Right.
It was Bank of Ghana. You understand? Now, today, the narrative is they are changing the narrative by trying to say that it is Gold Board that incurred losses. And if we even look at the law that enacted Gold Board, it is envisaged that maybe Parliament didn't do a good job. Otherwise, if you look at the current arrangement, nobody needs to tell you that Gold Board or Bank of Ghana will definitely incur losses because of differential rates in forex.
Right.
Because you cannot buy gold at forex or forex, what is that? Forex bureau price or exchange rate. Then you sell it at interbank rate. You definitely will have losses. Because the forex bureau rates are higher. So you can't buy it at that rate and go to sell it at interbank rate. Definitely you will incur some losses.
Right.
So everybody should know that definitely by the current arrangement, there's no way losses will not occur.
By policy design?
By policy design.
Okay.
There's no way losses will not occur. Now the issue is about whether those losses should be attributed to Bank of Ghana or to Gold Board itself. That's where the debate, that's what generated this whole thing. Then it's about a certain report being quoted in an IMF report
yes,
being referenced to.
Yeah.
Then you have what's the name? We also have Gold Board has an audit report. The Auditor General has audited Gold Board.
Yes.
And has not.
It's also here.
And has not in anywhere in the report stated that Gold Board has incurred losses. You understand? So this debate This debate
is a non-starter.
I don't even see how this thing should get to the stage that it has gotten to. Omoro, I've been saying it. You see, Sammy is a very meticulous politician. And Sammy is a young man who has a mandate to execute. Particularly, the Gold Board mandate largely is the economic value. Largely. It's not even about the losses, it's the economic value that we ought to be looking at. Sammy is very meticulous. And Sammy knows very well that there will always be a day of accountability. Sammy has never run away from accountability. Sammy has made Gold Board operations very transparent. Very, very transparent. He doesn't miss his word. Anytime he's doing a press conference, anytime, even Gold Board website, when you go, everything is stated there.
Okay.
Who is aggregator, who is what tier, anything. All of it, you can get it on their website.
Okay.
He is not hiding anything. Even he has stated, when this debate started, he said, look, bring me to Parliament, summon me, I'm prepared to come and meet, I'm prepared to come to the August House and, account.
Let me ask you this. Sorry, in fact, it's good you've raised this. I have, in fact, on several occasions, the MPP communicators have been asking a question. I'm happy you're here because you're also in Parliament. That apparently, well, they say that the minority ones requested or filed a motion for the Gold Board Chief Executive Officer to appear before the appropriate committee. But the majority blocked it. Is it true?
No, how did they block it? What is the evidence?
Yeah, because they've been repeating this.
No, that's what I'm saying.
There was a motion.
There was a motion
to look into the activities of Gold
Board. When was this?
Before we rose.
Okay.
And that motion, we even had to vote on it.
Okay.
And the minority didn't. The majority didn't want us to.
So were you in Parliament that day?
Yeah, I was in Parliament.
What exactly happened?
What I do know is that.
Okay.
What I do know, you see, just yesterday you were in Parliament.
Yeah.
You saw a motion has been tabled.
Yes.
That's a different one. Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
There's a motion, and Speaker admitted the motion.
For Gold Board CEO to appear.
Yes.
Okay.
No, for some, yes.
Okay.
For the CEO to come and also for some investigation to look into the matter.
The allegations that have been made.
A committee to look into the matter. So Speaker admitted the motion.
Okay. But the other one, do you recall what happened?
Yes, the other one, you see, if you are acting in good faith, the Speaker knows. If you are acting in bad faith, the Speaker knows. If the evidence wasn't sufficient enough, the Speaker will not admit it. You understand? So I'm sure what Mr. Bagbin admitted yesterday, maybe he also felt that.
No, it was debated, and I think it was voted. I mean,
yes,
it was voted against.
As to whether Sami Gyimfi should appear before you.
No, it was activities of the Gold Board.
Activities of Gold Board
and the Bank of Ghana.
Not specifically on Sami.
But that motion was frustrated by the majority.
Yeah.
But largely, it was even about Bank of Ghana.
Oh, okay, not even Gold Board.
Yes, it was largely about Bank of Ghana.
Okay. The losses also.
You understand? It was largely about Bank of Ghana. But for Sami, he has stated, without mincing words, that any day, I'm ready to appear before the August House to account for his stewardship. Any day.
Okay.
So I'm happy he's going to have the opportunity to come and then state it clearly. Maybe because of policy design, which to some extent I will blame Parliament. Maybe we didn't do a good job because as far as I know, the current law that, the current law that enacts Gold Board, there's no way you will purchase gold under the current situation and will incur some operational costs.
Okay.
So the law should have probably give some discounts, some money should be allocated from a certain source to deal with that, the differentials, operation costs, transport costs, all of that. So if we do not do that, naturally, we will always have operation costs or losses.
I get it.
So we need to really deal with the issue.
Okay.
As for me, my good friend, the Honorable Minority Leader, when he had an interview, he said he was going to go to court.
Yes.
And I was asked, and I'm like, yes, it is right.
Okay.
If somebody, slap me and I don't slap back, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
I thought he took that position in order for this matter to die a natural death.
But will it?
But I think he's now resurrecting the matter. And Sami Jenfi that I also know, Sami will not also come to throw such allegation without having something in his sleeve. So we ought to be very careful. But in all of these things, I know discerning minds, and I know the leadership of Speaker, I know how Speaker operates. I'm sure at the end of the day, both sides will come into agreement so that we will nip this thing into the bud.
But you see,
not the issue of accountability, not the accountability aspect of it, but the personal aspect of it.
Either way, somebody's reputation will hurt.
You understand? You understand?
Either way.
Yes, that's what I mean. I'm not talking of accounting.
No, I get it.
I'm not talking of accountability. Yes. I'm talking of the personal dimension that is going on. Now, somebody is being sued.
It doesn't matter how this thing turns out.
Now, somebody's
image will badly bruised.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So I know we have, discerning leaders in the house, and I know at the end of the day, they should be able to engage the two so that we don't get to where we want to get to. Because initially he said he wasn't going to go to court, and I was like, okay, then maybe he wants to allow this matter to die, especially the personal aspect of it. But now that he's going to court, well, Sami will want to put before the court if the case actually will be called.
Okay, let me
Sami will actually want to go to court and prove that, look, this is what I meant by what I said.
All right, Honorable, you have just 3 minutes. Unfortunately, your time is up.
On this matter, I beg. Please. You see, Sami Jenfi, you are friends from Kumasi and all that.
Yes.
But Sami Jenfi should not disrespect our leader. He shouldn't.
Okay.
Sami Jenfi and Erica J, they should not. And this should be the last time.
What is Erica J doing here?
He sat on Peace FM and said that.
This is not Peace FM.
No. I mean, it's public record that Alfredo Makin, our revered leader, self-made, hard-working gentleman of our land, our leader, is an extortionist. You see, nobody should say that Goldberg has never incurred any losses. The IMF report, August 2026 and December 2026, I have them here. The 2020, the August one, if you read paragraph 13, I'll read everything verbatim.
Okay.
It says, DGPP operations have generated significant losses for the Bank of Ghana. Losses in 2024 were equivalent to almost $400 million US dollars, 0.5% of GDP, 1/3 of which were related to gold for oil. In 2025, the significant scaling up of DGPP operations led to losses of over 1.7 billion. That is 1.5% of GDP, almost entirely related to gold for reserve Doré purchases. This amounted to a loss of 70% of the value of Doré gold sold by the Bank of Ghana. Losses accrued on gold trades are a combination of service and asset fees paid to Gold Board. That is one. Number two, discounts on gold sold to off-takers, that is exporters, and most importantly, exchange rate losses from the spread between the Forex Bureau rate paid to purchase gold and the city reference rate used for BOG accounting. After the trade, Gold Board is fingered. The service and asset fees losses are attributed to Gold Board. So Gold Board have been fingered of incurring losses out of that quantum.
Oh no. No,
listen.
Gold Board.
Listen.
In any case, those fees you're talking about, Honorable.
Wait.
You set it for Gold Board.
No, but I'm saying that regardless of that.
Yes. Yeah.
But the bottom line is that losses accrued on gold trades are a combination of service and asset fees paid to Gold Board.
Yes.
So there is a loss occasion there.
Yes.
Then you come to the December one. That talks about So if I read the last paragraph, it said that in 2025, through end quarter 3, losses from the artisanal and small-scale double gold transactions component of gold for oil reserve have reached $214 million, 0.2% of GDP, mostly on trading losses, but also on gold board off-takers fees. So this is the facts from the IMF.
Yeah, but he's been doing that.
But where from the extortionists?
Yeah, but he's been doing that.
But where from the extortionists? Where from it? You put a label on somebody's reputation. I mean, you say, oh, we are for some not sure there. You see, you don't do that. This is somebody, he's our leader. Me, regardless of any disagreement I will have with any of their members, not even to say about their leaders, Ayariga, Agaga, who is not coming to be the leader, how will I do so and others? I hold them in high esteem because of their capacity. I can never one day dent their reputation. Okay. I cannot do that. So he shouldn't, my goodness. You see, for me, we are politicians, right? You must be decent in our discourses. It shouldn't be that one day I meet Sammy Gyamfi, I cannot talk to him. He meets me, he can't talk to me because I have marked his reputation.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be part of our politics.
Okay.
And I said yesterday that if he's minded, Sammy should humble himself and offer words of apology to our leader. If he had done that, I don't think that Alfredo Makin will do that. Because in politics, you don't know tomorrow.
Okay.
We should stop the character assassination.
All right, let me just.
We must deal with the facts,
issues. Okay.
the issues,
all right,
all the time.
So gentlemen,
I
just need a minute.
Sammy must be told that.
I just need a minute to do this. I beg you. I just need a minute to do this.
You see, Sammy has been explaining this issue.
No, I've said it time and again. No, you don't need to.
I'm saying that. So
I beg you, just 1 minute. So Guy G says it makes a lot of sense why minority leader sue that combination. Whether it wins is a different question. So from a reputation management view, suing was almost inevitable after that day on live TV. From a legal win-lose view, it will come down to whether Sammy Gyamfi can produce evidence of improper demands linked to Gold Board. It's just unfortunate that circuit court plus media houses with big legal teams made it will be all and expensive. Besides, court gives more room for strong political speech about public officials calling a minority leader an extortionist during a debate over 22 billion in reported losses will be argued as political commentary, not just personal attack. Guy G from Cantonment in Accra. And then finally, Manche Bruce said, your name is all you have. Labeling someone an extortionist without proof is overreaching and condescending. Let us all remember there is life after politics. Manche Bruce the second sends this one. And then last, Hardy from Pig Farm says that the IMF is a source of the confusion, necessary debate of Gold Board and BOG losses, extortion, and the suit in court. The MEP may spanish our economy under the watch of Nana Addo Dankwa and Bawumia and Ken Ofori-Atta and ran to the imperialists under intensive care for $3 billion to survive. They decided to spread payment in 3 years. Under strict conditions, it has been almost 2 years, and the state under President John Dramani Mahama has not borrowed a dollar externally, raising funds internally and from this policy. And it goes on and on and on and on. Thanks for watching Good Morning Ghana. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Smell that?